Hey, what's going on, gamers? It is your boy Golden12 back with another Genshin Impact video. Sorry for the infrequent uploads, I've been pretty busy, but anyways, I'm trying to get back into it. So then, today I'm going to be going over the two new weapons that are going to be in the next banner, our weapon banner summon, inside of Genshin Impact. So then, the two new weapons we will be getting are the O Aukamura. I probably butchered that name. I apologize if you want to try to tell me how to pronounce it. Please tell me in the comments below. And the Polar Star. So both these weapons are extremely strong. I'm gonna go over the important details about each weapon and what you need to keep in mind when summoning for these weapons, especially in how they work. So let's get into it. So the Polar Star, it is rocking an average 5-star base attack with a nice amount of crit. This is about the same as a crit helmet, so pretty solid all around. And here's its skill. Daylight's, I'm not even going to say this. Anyways, elemental skill and elemental burst damage get increased by 12%, which at R5 will double, so 24%. Pretty solid. And then here's the main part of the passive that you got to keep in mind, right? After a normal charge attack, elemental skill or elemental burst hits an opponent, that is important, you will gain 1 stack. Okay, we're just gonna call it that. You gain 1 stack. And will be gained for 12 seconds, right? When 1, 2, 3, or 4 stacks is obtained, right, it will increase your attack by either 10, 20, 30, or 48%. Each stack is calculated independently. It's like timer, right? So each one lasts for its own 12-second timer. So the reason why I gotta point this part out specifically saying hits an opponent is because this is activated on hit. So let's say, since you're probably summoning this for a child, right? If you tap his E skill, right, it's gonna hit someone, it's gonna give you that stack. And you're gonna do your normal charge attack combo, right? It's gonna give you these 2 stacks. However, the other one is if you hit a burst, meaning you're not gonna get this 48% attack bonus until after you burst, right? Which is problematic because in most cases, especially free to play child, after you burst, you're swapping him off fields because he goes on the cooldown. Now, one thing of note though is for the same reason though, this is going to be stronger on a C6 child that can reset his cooldowns, meaning he has full uptime on the field, right? So you're going to get this way more often. It's going to be way more useful for you, especially because since she's getting the energy, right, from his what, C4? I think no. It's C2, isn't it? Either way, one of his constellations that gives him more energy, right, means you're going to be able to get the ult back faster. And, you know, because of that C6, you are going to be resetting your cooldown, keeping the full stacks up, right? So that doesn't mean it's bad for free to play, right? It's still a really good bow, and you're going to be able to use this on a lot of characters, right? It just, you got to keep in mind that you only get the stack after hitting an opponent with the burst, right? So then I'm going to switch over to the bow characters. So we're looking at the bow characters here, right? And I need to like say like who you're probably gonna use this on, right? So Ganyu, right? In most cases, you're using Atmo's bow. Now you could do this for a support Ganyu using her burst, right? It'd be pretty solid. Although you're not gonna make use of the stacks too often since she's probably not gonna be on field for that too long, unless you do decide to obviously combo with her by using all her skills and everything. I think it'd be a solid option for that, but like main DPS Ganyu, I wouldn't use it. Amber, I think it'd be really good on Amber. You're not really gonna be doing charge attacks on her. You could do like a normal use the E skill, and then you could charge attack with the bunny, but that's not gonna proc the skill. So it'd be okay on Amber, but I don't know. Probably wouldn't use it on her. Skyward is also a very solid option for all these characters in the most part. Fischl, it'd be pretty good on Fischl actually. The only thing is you're not, again, you're mostly just using Oz, but getting the increased damage from that would be pretty solid. Plus, overall, its stats are really good, so I'd say use it on her. Venti, you're not really using it on Venti unless you want to DPS with Venti, but then again, he has weapons like Elegy for the end, which are basically his best bow. Diona, you're not using this on Diona, unless you want to do DPS Diona, which is Pepega, but anyways. Yoimiya, Thundering Pulse should be better on Yoimiya, especially because it applies a state to her, meaning her E skill shouldn't get buffed by its effect. So if you're thinking about something for Yoimiya, you can, but keep in mind it's not going to be as good as other options. Aloy, it's going to be pretty solid on Aloy. Again, Aloy has other options, especially for like nuking, like if you have the 4-star stringless, that'd be pretty good on her. But yeah, it's decent on her. And Sara, this is going to be Sara's best for it's not going to be her best bow, but it's going to be pretty solid. It's going to be really helpful, especially with the crit rate that you're getting from it. And it will, in fact, probably be the best for damage on your burst, right? Considering you have the extra bonuses from attack, even though you're not getting the 48, but still price quite solid. Alright, time for the Claymore. This is going to be huge for a lot of Eula fans out there. So then, keep in mind, this Claymore, because it has a passive that scales off of characters, ER, right? Not ER, sorry. Burst cost. So if they have 80 cost, they're going to do more damage. That's basically what this says. For every point of the entire party's combined maximum energy capacity, the elemental burst damage of this character equipping this weapon is increased by 0.12%. If a max of 48 can be increased this way. So here's the thing to keep in mind. There's no way to hit the cap on this because there's not enough characters with like 90 burst cost. You're actually only going to get like 38% of this. I forget how much it is. I'd have to pull up the calculator real quickly. But all the way through this thing and its refines, it's actually impossible to hit the cap of how much damage that is. And that's not a bad thing because either way, right, you're still getting a solid amount of damage. Which is going to be huge on characters like Eula, right? Because both her E skill and ultimate count as burst damage, right? And I'll get into that in a second. Its stats is just attack and attack percent. This is going to be, if you want a comparison of this, you can either do Lithic Blade or Archaic. They all have like a decent amount of base attack with attack percentage. So the stats are pretty much going to be about the same. But the passive is where you're getting the, big damage that's going to be effective on a lot of characters. Now, because of the way this works, and again, I need to say this every time because some people I know don't understand how these weapons work, right? In terms of, my bad, sorry. In terms of characters you're going to use this on, right? You cannot use it on Razor. Now, the reason for this is because Razor's ult, right? It only gives you the bonus damage for this first hit. Everything, because it applies a state to Razor, right? Gives him a, enhanced state. It does not receive the bonus ult damage. So that initial hit is the only thing that gets buffed on Razor. Same thing with Noelle. Noelle has the same thing where it's applying a state to her and she's not getting the additional burst damage, right? So you cannot use it on these two characters, which is very unfortunate. Now, this weapon is going to excel on Eula because Eula's E skill, due to her passive, drops a Lightfall Sword, which is what her ultimate is, meaning your E skill is going to be doing that 80% more burst damage, right? Which is incredibly strong. Not only that, but this is arguably Eula's, or I'm just pretty sure it is, Eula's best 4-star weapon option due to that, right? Considering you're getting the massive damage increase on both the E and the ultimate, and her high cost, it's going to be incredibly strong on Eula. It's going to be good on Beto, for basically the same reasons, because her burst will get the bonus from the sword, right? You can also use it on Chongyun. It's going to be quite good for his ultimate as well. Diluc, it's going to be okay on. I feel like there's going to be better options, especially if you have a 5-star one, since you aren't like spamming out burst constantly like some of the other characters. Although it's still going to be really good with that one hit that you get from the burst, right? If you want to increase his burst damage, it will be pretty good on him. You can use it on Midian. It'll be okay, but she has better options for like supportive roles if you are doing that. And Seiyu, you can use it on Seiyu, but this character is really looking for a good EM Claymore at the moment, right? She is missing a perfect weapon for that. But yeah, that's the weapons. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more, you can check me out on Twitch, link in the description below, and tell me what you think about all this. I think it's really cool. Hopefully you guys learned about how ultimates work a little bit and how this doesn't apply to all characters. And this, make sure you understand how these passes work. Anyways, I've been Gold Demon. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.